I became interested in electric lighting a long time ago because I thought perhaps it explained part of the pandemic of breast cancer. That's how I got involved. Started trying to learn about circadian biology, and I'm going to show you a little bit right now. And you've seen this before. It's very pretty, but maybe not so healthy. And if you could have taken this picture 500 years ago or 300 years ago, you would have seen almost nothing. It's been said now already, but this is a huge change in the human environment. And one of the most important impacts is on what I call circadian biology, leading to perhaps circadian disruption. Now, I guess I can see it here. The past I will define as 3 billion years ago to 130 years. So 3 billion years on the planet with bright days and dark nights. And then about 130 years ago, the introduction of electric power to light the night. Candles and fire are a very different type of light, much dimmer and much redder. Much less impact on the circadian system, if any at all. Now, in the present, we have electricity, of course, which is wonderful in many ways, but it allows for lots of different things. Many more people doing much more shift work, late night reading and TV, bright bathroom lights during night glow over cities, the no Milky Way, and also day work inside buildings, so no sun. And I think I coined the term, doesn't matter. This may be leading to circadian disruption, and we're quite interested in the potential impacts of that on human health. Now, I first want to say very quickly that there is, in all of us, almost all life forms on the planet, an endogenous circadian rhythm. You could take any of us and put us in a cave with absolutely no light and no time cues, constant food availability, constant temperature, and we will cycle for the rest of our natural lives at about 24 hours in sleep, wake, hunger, body temperature, and a variety of hormones. In fact, most of our physiology will. But it's not exactly 24 hours. It's a little bit longer in most of us. And that's been bred, I would say, by this 3 billion years of light-dark cycle from the sun. That is the endogenous circadian rhythm. But it also has a very interesting system for entraining itself to the sun. The sun in the morning tells us it is day and makes us right at 24 hours. Now, this was just shown actually by Susan, but I'm going to show it again a little bit different way. This is, yes I did. Ultraviolet light. This is wavelength in nanometers, all the way up to infrared. Now we see vision is approximately here. As was just shown, this is a typical fluorescent bulb. Now what this means is it's called spectral radiance, the number of photons that are actually at this wavelength. So this is rich in this wavelength and very, very poor in this wavelength. There are many types of fluorescent bulbs. They all share the fact that they have spikes. They spike like that. The incandescent bulb, it looks like this, as you saw on the slide before. And this is why it's energy inefficient. It's producing a lot of photons that we do not see. Now, this is one scale. That's what we get inside buildings during most of this during the day. During the day outside, however, it's a completely different scale, 10 times higher. So maybe I could get on the same slide. And that's the sun. It's very much full spectrum. There's no light bulb that can reproduce that. And its richest right about here. This is the peak for color vision. This is the peak for night vision. And the sun peaks right about here. It turns out that our sensitivity to light at night also peaks there. So these are very carefully arduous experiments, actually. It took 5 years by a friend of mine, published a seminal piece of work. The maximum efficiency for suppressing melatonin as a marker of circadian disruption is right at about 480 nanometers, that nice daylight peak. Now, and then it falls off quite dramatically, so that the impact of light at night in these longer wavelengths is much less. I hope that's clear. So what? So what might this lead to? We have no question at all about the impact of light on short-term physiology in humans. We're learning a great deal about that in the areas moving fast. The question is, what about chronic disruption of circadian rhythms? Is this potentially leading to adverse health effects? As I mentioned, I first became interested in breast cancer, and that's what I focus on. We're also interested in prostate and maybe other cancers for certain specific reasons about a hormone called melatonin and some other considerations. There is mounting evidence that obesity is implicated in sleep disruption and therefore circadian disruption. Diabetes, and I think almost most importantly, serious mood disorders, depression, and bipolar disease. Now that was the main course, and now dessert. We have also lost with in our modern life the natural, what I would call natural sleep. Before electricity, there was dusk and there was dawn, and in between we had a first sleep. We awakened invariably for anywhere from an hour or more to 2, maybe a dim fire, maybe not. We captured dreams, talked amongst ourselves in the dark, and then a second sleep. Now that was about 12 hours. Now in modern world, we have lights out, lights on, in between one sleep, 7 or 8 hours, and dreams lost. And the whole area of what is proper sleep hygiene is changing fast. We're no longer, you should no longer be upset by being awake in the middle of the night. If you are, stay in the dark. Don't go out and watch TV or read a book. Thank you.